Welcome to Simple Shop Creation, hosted by me, Kurt. And in this video, I'm going to go through assembly tips of the Ortur Laser Master 2 Pro and my opinion about the quality of the product itself. Down below, there'll be chapters, so you can skip around. For example, there'll be chapters for the 2 limit switches, and some links to videos on Instagram showing the unboxing of the Ortur laser and then the unboxing of the Z-axis that I purchased at the same time. Also, in the description, there will be a video link to the installation of the Z-axis controller, so go check that out when you get a chance. Also, it will be on the end screen. If I forget to put it down in the description, just play the video all the way to the end, and then you'll see also the end screen of the installation of the Z-axis. So let's get going here. Overall, my impression of the build quality of the laser engraver is good. You'll notice when you unpack it that these rails are milled great, milled very good, no sharp edges. They got some weight to them, but again, it is aluminum. They have some weight to them. Everything fit and trim, no problems, no finagling, no modification. It just followed instructions, bolt, screw, and it falls into place. Some difficulties, nothing too much to worry about. Squaring was easy. I have a quality squaring tool, but if you don't have a quality squaring tool such as this one, your fingers are quite sensitive, and they can easily help you determine how flush these two bars meet. And so I initially set it up that way with just doing a feeling of the bars being joined together, and then tighten everything up. I tighten the bolts here first, going around, and not the, let's see if we can see these silver things. Let me zoom up. All right, let's see if we can see these silver things. And not the silver L brackets that you see here. There's 4 of them, 1, 2, and there's 2 and 2 more here. So in the instructions, they tell you to tighten those L brackets up first. I did not do that. Because to me, if I tighten those up first, it'll probably bring your system out of square. So instead, let's zoom back out, you'll have the ability to tighten these up first. There's on this side here, and there's another one on this side here. Let's take a look at it and see. You can't see from here. I don't have these magic high-end cameras. I'm just using a cell phone. But there's a screw here, a screw there, another side. Let me zoom this out a little more. Screw here, screw there, same thing on either side. I did those first, did my feely with my thumb, and it actually came out quite well square. And then I just confirmed by using my precision square tool here, and it was quite well. And it comes out of the box, and you assemble it without a precision tool like that, you'll get it quite square just by the sensitivity of your fingers. Then once I tightened those in, then I tightened these silver corner brackets that I showed before, and it just locked everything straight. So this is really close to 90 all the way around. So you can get it quite easily close with limited tools and limited stress. Let's get to the limit switches. So let me just roll this down here. And let's bring it over to this limit switch here. Let's expand that a little bit and bring it down even more. I'm going to bring over the laser so you can get a better look. All right. So you can see the laser here. All right. So let's bring this up to the top here so you can see from the top. All right, so you can see how you got the 2 bolts here, you got the T-nuts here. Make sure when you put the T-nuts in, that you always fasten the loose T-nut first, and then it's much easier to bolt these to the stationary portions of this square system here. So always tighten up or insert your screw into the floating T-nut, and you'll find it so much easier to assemble this. Now you can see here, this is just one plate, and you can see I have the red cable here and the black cable here, and you see you got 1, 2, 3 prongs or dongles. The red goes on the outside here. You can see the red limit switch over there. You see it? Yeah, you should be able to see it. There's the red, and then the black just goes in the middle. And it's the same thing for this limit switch. You see I have the red on the outside, the black in the middle, and you see where the red switch is right there. All right, now this is all from this perspective of building. All right, and we go here. It's going to be a little hard to see, but there's 2 screws here that you can put in to attach this. So that's very easy to do, not too difficult. Now another thing you might have picked up here as I spin you guys around, I'm going to put this down now. I have a gap here. See that gap? Well, that gap is because, let's see if you can see it, the limit switch here, the Z-axis controller pushes this out. Looks like about what, at 3/4 of an inch, or I don't know, 20 millimeters, 25 millimeters maybe. So if you don't have the modified Z-axis, you're gonna take this bracket here, and you're just gonna push it all the way and hit the motherboard bracket here. Just bring it all the way to the back here, and then you'll be fine. You don't need to worry about this gap. Again, I have the gap because of this Z-axis that I have installed. Pushes this laser out an extra 3/4 of an inch. So thus the gap. All right, let's go to the power here. This is one thing that is a little concerning, and I'm sure you've seen this, and it's true. When you go to power on this device, you want to first put the barrel of the power cord into the motherboard, and then plug this into your wall socket. Because if you do it reverse, if you plug this in first into the wall socket, and then you plug this into the motherboard, you'll get a blue spark. That happens all the time. Plug this in first, and then plug that into the wall. And then when you get ready to remove the power, remove this first from the wall outlet, and then remove the barrel. Because in reverse, you can get the same thing. If you have this plugged in, and then you go to remove this out, you'll get the spark again too. So I don't know why they would release a product that does that, but so far I don't see any issues with it. Don't know if it's hurting the electronics encased in here. I don't know. Overall, the product seems to be built quality product for the price that you're paying for it. One thing you have to know is that it's going to take a lot of practice with this, a lot of trial and error. You're going to have a lot of scraps. Also, shop temperature can play a role. Moisture of the product can play a role. So just keep all those variables in mind when you start to do your engraving and engraving practices, because temperature can be a factor on how well your engraving comes out, especially on wood. Wood, you'll probably notice that the most, that wetter wood, drier wood, wood that's been stored colder, or wood that's been stored hotter in hotter temperatures, they'll all give you various effects. So before you do a permanent engrave, make sure you practice on your scrap piece of wood that will be similar to your permanent engraving. Well, let's expand this out a little bit. So my initial opinion of this is a good product, quality product. You'll be happy with it. Practice makes perfect. Don't expect to have the same in cutting or engraving as a CO2 laser that costs $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. Just keep that in mind. This is a home hobbyist one, and you can do a lot of stuff with it. One other thing I just want to bring up, I guess if you noticed how much slack I have here on this side here. I must have had a senior moment. I suggest that you don't leave that much slack on the front side here. Just make sure you pull it all to the side. This might have been a little tedious getting it over the wheel, but it's not that tedious. The assembly itself is not all that tedious. Just take your time, read instructions, look at the different videos, and you'll have this up and running in no time. So again, check out the description down below. Wait for the end screen to be a couple videos, especially on how to install the Z-axis. With that, I hope you guys have a healthy and wonderful day. Until the next video. You know what? It's time for some donuts. Where are my donuts? Ooh, donuts. Let's go look at my donuts. Donuts.